Welcome back to the CryptoLabs YouTube channel. Let's talk about lending. I'm going to talk about my favorite 3, maybe 4 lending protocols. But beyond that, I'm going to also show you where you can find them yourself. I like lending. It's not a get rich strategy, but it does force me to take profit from my positions. I just took $2,000 of profit this morning, moved it into a lending protocol. I took some profits on Bitcoin when we kind of hit an all-time high a week or 2 ago, moved it into lending. And every time I hit my ladder out, because you'll hear me say this a million times, please take profit consistently and have points where you're taking profit out, even if it's buy and hold or obviously liquidity pools, yield farms. I think I'm sitting on every time this position earns me $1,000, which it'll be far from it because I just 2 days ago, I took my profit. But every time it hits 1,000, I compound it back into SUI USDC. And then the next cycle, I take it as profit. So by Thursday or Friday, by the end of this week, there should be another $1,000 of income from this pool. And then I'll take it as profit. And either I'll lend it out or I'll just hold SUI for the buy and hold, which is what I've been doing. I've more than 100% ROI'd this position already. And that's true for my extra 5 positions. If I'm in some yield farms, I will be taking profit by the end of this week. I'm up 32%. I'm probably going to take, when it hits around 50% profit, I'll take 25% as profit, so probably 3-4 grand, probably end of the week, and I'll move it into lending. Now, I redeploy that lending. I redeploy what's lent when the markets have a pullback, which even in the bullish of bull runs, there's always pullbacks, and then I redeploy it, and I get assets back at a lower price in order to sell at a higher price. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. So lending isn't like, oh, I'll get rich from this. Even if you're doing 20, 30%, you need $1 million to pull in a multi 6-figure salary. But to me, it's a way to, a game I play to take profit, redeploy that profit as lending, and at least my money is working for me. Because I like every dollar in my life. This is how I built the life I built. Every dollar is always working for me. Always. Always. Do I have savings and do I have like operating accounts? Yes, but they're there for a purpose. But no dollar is left idle. And so if I have $5, I'll happily lend it. Will that make me rich? No, but it's the principle. And that principle over time leads to massive results. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. So first thing I want to do is you can jump on DeFi Llama here. And here on the left, you can click categories. When you do, it'll take you to a page that look like this. You could look at liquid staking. You could look at lending, bridges, dexes. You could look at the volumes across different dexes. What are the biggest ones? Which ones are growing? This is oftentimes where we'll find dexes to yield farm on. But I can go lending here, which is the second biggest category, and $35 billion in lending. We saw an all-time high here for the last year, 2 years. Had a little pullback. People maybe deploying that capital back into the markets, and now we're back to $35 billion in lending. Aave is the biggest. Again, I don't have a ton in these right now because I've redeployed them a lot into, especially on base, because there's wicked yields to earn. But I got 14, 15K in here. It's doing around 14%. This one's only doing 5%, so I will probably switch it. You can actually switch it really simply here. I could take USDC and switch it over to USDCE and take my earnings from 5.8 to 17%. So Aave makes that really, really simple. But I do use Aave, and that is the biggest with $12 billion. I don't use Just Lend. That's on Tron. I don't really play on Tron, nor do I have assets on that. But if you do, Just Lend is a big one. Spark across Ethereum and Gnosis. I don't use it because I really don't keep assets on Ethereum or Gnosis. Compound Finance, I do use. That's ETH Polygon base. You can see Compound right here. It's earning me 16% on a very small amount on Arbitrum. Just haven't really redeployed it, and I've just been letting it work for me, so to speak. Venus is another one I use. I'm going to have to switch over to the Binance Smart Chain. There we go. And I can go to account. Again, not a ton in here because I have redeployed some. There's literally $6,000 in here, making me $2 a day. Ain't going to make you rich, but every dollar works for me. And that's at 12% right now, which is actually ridiculous. Camino on Solana. All my assets on Solana right now are deployed. Great lending protocol for Solana. And Solend, same thing on Solana. A lot of our members are lending on Solend. There's also some airdrops you can get, but that's a different story. Radiant, I used to use Radiant a lot because they had some wicked APYs and you could easily one-click loop. Just haven't been using them, but they're awesome. I've been a big fan of Radiant for probably a year and a half now. I've been stacking Radiant and yield farming it and also staking it for more. And that's about all I've ever used. Anything past that, haven't really used it. And I don't see why you would unless they're offering you. I have used Alpaca Finance actually back in the day. But you stick to the top couple here. There's a lot of TVL. Look at Aave has $9 million of revenue. So the interest earned. That business has $9 million in 7 days and it's decentralized. Who gets the fees? Who earns? Answer it in the comments. If you're doing true DeFi, real DeFi, you're earning those fees because Aave wouldn't exist without us. And so we put up our capital and we earn. So of course I didn't earn $9 million, but I earned a small percentage of that based upon the capital that I've deployed. In the last, that's fees in the last 7 days. Revenue has been 1.33 million. That makes sense because things have to be paid back, but you get the point. $1.3 million in the last 7 days. That's a $4 or $5 million a month business that no one is control of and no one owns. We own it. That's super, super cool to me. And that principle remains true across all DeFi. Our members are earning $20 a day, $50 a day, $100 a day. We celebrated a bunch of people doing $200 and $300. We had our 5th member, as far as we know, it's a documented 1K per day. And that's not Ponzi-nomics. That's not gambling. They're earning the fees from the capital they deployed into the markets. We see this for cash flow. And then we have portfolios that are built for appreciation, and the cash flow from our businesses here, DeFi business, funds the appreciation portfolio. So it's not either or I'd be better just holding it, or people just argue about the dumbest things. I'm both. It's and. A DeFi portfolio for cash flow, that's our business. Bull run portfolio for appreciation, and our DeFi business can fund our bull run portfolio. Let me know if that makes sense. I hope this was helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. And hopefully it kind of explains my philosophy on why I lend and the game I play with myself. So if it landed, let me know. I'm going to move my mug in the middle. And I'll leave some videos for your viewing pleasures here and here and here and here. Study this stuff. We got people earning $6,200 a month. We just added a 6-figure yearly income to our DeFi portfolio. I'll leave that video here. And you can check out some educational content here and here. So check that out. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hang over on this channel for 2 hours, study up, grab a free course, etc. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.